Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Latavia. Don't mind that. I'll just move it. It's my headscarf. Anyway, today's video, oh my gosh. I didn't know what I was going to post about today, but I saw this girl, which I'm going to insert the video in a second, but she was just talking about how God gives you your community. Or, I'm sorry, God gives you your identity. And I resonated with this video so much because I was talking about this to myself. I'm gonna explain it, but I literally had this conversation, these thoughts to myself about me coming into learning myself, the community I'm building around myself, my social media, all this stuff. And I agree with everything she said. So right now I'm gonna play the video for you guys so you guys can hear it, and then we're gonna talk about it. Or I'm gonna really share my testimony and what I believe I've learned so far and how this is so true. And it's time for you to be on this path. So let me play the video.
I was just watching Dharius Daniels, and he said God will give you your identity before he gives you your platform, because if he doesn't, you'll be on the platform seeking validation and your identity from them. And that is so good, because it's like a lot of times we want the platform, we want to be operating and walking in our purpose, and God is like, now is not the time. I can't put you on the stage. I got to keep you behind the curtains, because if you don't know who you are before you get on the platform, you'll be asking people in the audience, who am I? Should I be doing this? Are y'all okay with that? And God is like, I want you to know who you are in me first before I put you in front of a crowd, so that you're not living for an applause. I went to a Bible study a couple of weeks ago, and the topic was an audience of one. We are called to please, to live for, to walk in the steps that's ordered by one person, and that's God. But if you don't have your identity rooted in God, if you don't spend time in God, if you're not sitting in God's presence and letting God download his word and his purpose for you inside of you, you'll begin to do things and seek validation from imperfect people. People in this world don't even know their purpose, but they'll try to tell you yours. And that's why God is so good, that he said, I can't give you the platform right now. I can't make the business take off right now. I can't give you the promotion at the job right now, because if I put you on a platform, you'll let people talk you out of the purpose and the person that I created you to be. So I have to keep you hidden in this season until I can trust that you can boldly stand up and walk in an identity that's given by me and me only.
All right, so you guys saw the video, everything like that. I definitely want to know what you guys think down below about the video, but I want to get into something really quick. So if I start from the beginning, you guys know I've been trying to do social media. Not trying. I have been doing social media since I was the ripe age of 10. It was just something fun to me. I love being on camera. I love editing. I love putting my ideas and bringing them to life. I just like creating content. I've had multiple channels, all that stuff, but it was just for fun. And there was a certain point, I believe it was like my senior year, honestly, where I was like, no, this is a career path I can take and I can do it. Now, I am from a small town, you guys. There's a lot of people, but everybody knows everybody. It's nothing like being born in a huge state, huge city. It's not like that. So my senior year, you guys, I moved to Texas. It's a lot different than where I'm from. I'm from Ohio. So it's a lot different from where I'm from. And I am a very quiet person, but I also was very sheltered. So in some cases for people, that can make them want to try everything, want to explore everything. They start doing a whole bunch of stuff and they go down this path of just not doing what they should be doing. That's very common. And then there's people who stay really sheltered. Well, I was always just in the middle. I really wanted to get into some stuff, just really explore, but also I didn't, because I knew all the things that could happen, because you have stories of my family members, my mom, all these things. And I'm just somebody, I'm not a ruthless type. Like, my siblings, they're more of like the ruthless type that want to try it, figure it out type of thing. I'm not like that, like, at all. I've never been like that, and that's fine. Anyway, when I tell you guys my quality of my content, of course, I've been doing it for a while, so it's always gotten better, but the content I was making when I was like, I want to take this somewhere, I don't really just care about the views and stuff. Like, I really want to get out there. I know it's something I'm meant to do. You guys, when I tell you my quality, top tier, my ideas, top tier, I was working myself to the bone. But every time I would post, every time I would do all those things, I would look at my accounts and I would be like, it's just not giving. And I would always ask people, hey, when you look at my account, what vibe does it give? I was always looking for validation or looking for some type of approval of people to how I wanted to portray myself, or did I portray myself a certain type of way? Like, I didn't really know what I wanted or how I wanted to look. And honestly, I was growing a little bit, but I was not really growing for real. It wasn't anything where I'm making a lot of money. It's giving, this is your job. It wasn't giving that. And it was so hard for me to, like, you guys, it was so hard for me to come up with content. I was making sure I get content out, but it was just like, just to post, or I know I want this, so let me try to act like this person a little bit, or not act like them, but use their idea, make it my own, but then I don't even know what my own is. And my page, to me, personally, it felt all over the place. There was nothing that's cohesive. I don't believe that you need a niche, but I had nothing. It was just all over the place. At least that's how I felt. People look at it like, oh, it's good, it's great quality, all this. No, when you go to my page, I want to be like a comfort creator. I want to be someone where you look at it and you're like, oh, that is Latavia. And it didn't give that. How can you be a content creator and you can't even watch your own content? I would just post and actually move on because I was like, it doesn't even matter. And that's not what I wanted. And when the girl, like in the video, she talked about how, the thing is, I really did not have my own identity. And that is something I struggled with forever. That's the whole point I'm getting to, is I've always struggled with finding my identity. Even when I was young, getting older, I just always followed the rules. I'd always listen. I didn't really ask no questions. And I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I feel like I never really knew exactly what do you like. And so when it came into getting older and you get to choose things, I actually didn't know. I really just looked at the pros and cons of things. Oh, this looks more negative. Let me not. This looks better. But not really into anything where it's like, you like doing this. This makes you super happy. I do now. I would say, like, growing up, but like, I would just say I just didn't know exactly who I was. And I was always, praying, asking God for clarity, asking him to lead me, to clear my heart, to turn me into who he wants me to be all the time. And I went through a lot of different stages in my life when it comes to how I dressed, how I talked, how I looked. So many things, you guys. I didn't try to, not all, but like, I've done my fair share of trying to figure out who I am. I'm still learning who I am. But, you guys, the crazy thing is when I just let it go to God and I really started spending time with him, I really started praying with him, I started getting my relationship with him, from inside coming out, I was changing. I did not notice that I was changing, but people were like, oh, you act so different now, you're this, you're that. Or people would see me so differently, and I'm just like, you know what I mean? And it's so crazy because when it comes to my social media, to be exact, I was posting every day. I was making good quality content, good ideas, everything. I wasn't growing in that beauty industry, fashion industry. I wasn't really growing. I wasn't seeing no significant change or growth. And at that time, my main goal was like, oh, I want to collaborate with people. I want to get in certain rooms like this and that, which is fine. But honestly speaking, back then, not even that long ago, you guys, I feel like if I was in a position and I was in rooms with these people or got the opportunity to have a platform when I was not knowing exactly who I am, what's the point to what I'm doing, all these things, it would look so different for me. I probably would be in drama, not even being a drama person, just because of what I'm around. I probably would feel like I have to post certain things, show my boobs and all this extra stuff just to get attention. I feel like I would be moving so differently because there was a time that I thought that that's what you low-key have to do to get out at all. I really did think that. And I was like, dang, the only time my picture do good is if my titties is up a little bit. That's what I used to think. And it's just like, I understand why people think that. But God is so good that he didn't even let me get to my full potential there because he was like, hold on a second, because I know if you get in these rooms, you get these opportunities, you're not going to know how to act. You're not going to know how to keep the blessing that I'm giving you. You're not going to know how to maintain it. And I'm so grateful that he did that because when I gave it to God, I let Jesus just work in my heart and I really started learning about myself, you guys. When I tell you guys, I am probably the most confident I've ever been in my entire life. Right now is absolutely, it's insane. And it's so crazy because I can look at myself and I see how far I've come. I see what changed. My thought process, my mind has changed tremendously. It all changed. And then you would think it would take years. It did. And I didn't even know. I realized a couple days ago, I'm like, wow, it's about to be a year since I locked my hair, which is when I committed myself to God. And I was like, God, lead me, guide me. I don't care. Do what you got to do because I'm done. Take the wheel. And it's about to be a year already. Crazy. And you guys, I told you guys, in that year, after I locked my hair, literally the day I locked my hair, my life changed. So many things changed, so much clarity came to me. And just looking back, I see how much I changed. And now, like I said, I'm the most confident I've ever been. When it comes to content, I just talk about however I feel, whatever God puts on my heart. And you guys, before I was not able to just sit on camera like this and talk. I always felt like I had to have a whole bunch of notes. I always had to know exactly what my video is about. Get my thumbnails. I need to plan everything out. And there's nothing wrong with planning. I plan out. But I'm going to talk about this, but I'm so comfortable talking on my platforms, posting, editing videos on my platform. It's because I don't care what nobody else thinks. I don't care about nobody else's opinion. I don't need people to tell me what I should be posting, what they think about my content. Nothing. I don't need that. And before, I needed that. I literally needed that. I needed to like people to be like, oh, I love this type of content. Oh, I love your hair like that. Oh, you shouldn't post stuff like this. Oh, I needed that. What do you guys want to see? I do care about what you guys want to see, but like, I truly didn't know. I literally was like, I do it for fun and I do it because I love it, but I also do it because I know what my purpose is. Is that what I'm trying to say? I know the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. When I get into certain rooms, I'm always going to stay true to myself and what I believe in. I'm not going to change because I want certain outcomes, if you know what I mean. I'm going to use an example because before, you guys, I promise you, I have a lot of followers on stuff like that. I wasn't talking to creators. I wasn't doing nothing like that. I was yearning for some creator friends because it's just like, I just want to experience that, which of course I'm going to experience that. But the people I wanted to be friends with is not the type of people I should be friends with. It doesn't align with me. No, that's not even my content. Let's get that out the way. But what I'm saying is, if I were to be in those rooms when I had self-love, a lot of self-confidence, a lot of self-love, didn't have the love of Jesus running through my heart, knew what I stand for, what I go for, and I would have been digging myself in a deep hole. No matter how much success I achieved, the people I was around, I would have felt like something was missing. I think that is a lot of times people's problems when they do become successful, because it's lonely, it's hard, and you feel like if you don't love yourself, you can't love other people. So much that goes into it. But now, guys, I feel like because God has been giving me so many opportunities, it's opportunities that's like, I didn't have to do nothing. It's just like once I got to this certain peace and this certain, just give it to God, lay it at his altar, leave it alone, doors flying open. I promise you guys. And I've turned down so many, I would say, opportunities that I wanted in the past because it doesn't align with me. It doesn't align with what I think of, what I go for. It doesn't align. And so I say no. And I was going to give an example. A friend reached out. I would say influencer friend reached out and was like, hey, I'm filming a YouTube video. I want you to be in it. Back then I would be like, yes, because I want to be on camera. I want to be around other creators. That's perfect. And he's a pretty big creator. So I'm like, that's perfect. This time I'm like, hey, what is it? And he was like, oh, it's Pop the Balloon 1v1. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. No, I can't do it. I feel like back then I probably would have did it, but that does not align with me. I don't want to be on no content like that. That's not the way I want to, that's not the attention I want. Like nothing like that. I want that at all. And it's just because I align myself, or I just want things that align with me and what I stand for. You know what I mean? And because I have that awareness, I just know that I don't do certain things. I just don't. And so many blessings have come my way. So many. And I truly do believe, the video said, that God is the one who gives you your identity. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm here to do. And life is so much better, so much more clear. I feel that I have a purpose. And it just cuts out all that dumb BS stuff that usually in life we go through trying to figure out what that purpose is. I feel like this video is all over the place, how I'm talking, but I know God is going to fix my words to make sure it aligns with whoever you are and watching this. But God gave me my identity. God gave me my purpose, and he didn't allow blessings to come into my life until I knew what that was. 100% I can say that is real. I just feel like God's not going to give you something you can't handle. He's not going to put you in a situation that you can't keep. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So, like, you guys, my vision board, you guys know I made a vision board at the beginning of the year, a vision board that is guaranteed to work, and the way that I did it is why it's going to be guaranteed to work. If you guys want to check out that video, it's never too late to make a vision board. We're only in the second month of this year, but my vision board, you guys, is coming to light. I promise on everything, you guys. I've always made a vision board every year. This was the first vision board I made before the actual 2025. But the way that I did it, this is the first vision board. It speaks to me. I look at it and my insides just smile so big. And you guys, my vision board is coming to light. Every day I thank Jesus. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for leading me. Thank you, God, for just protecting me and guiding me. Because when I see my vision board and things happen, I need to get some gold stickers and stick them on there because it is coming to light, you guys. My vision board will be completed and it's happening so fast, you guys. It's just such an amazing feeling. And I just know that every time I make a video, every time I do anything, especially when it comes to social media, because that is something I really want to do, I don't question it. I love looking at my page. I watch my own YouTube videos, you guys. I will put it on my TV, my own YouTube videos, because I like what I'm saying. I agree with what I'm talking about. And I just love it. I don't know. I just love it. And the audience, the community I've gained, the things I was just wanting so bad, I have them now. They're coming to me now when God gave me my identity. I don't have no questions about who I am. I don't need anybody telling me who I am. I don't need any of that. And I used to need that, but I don't need that anymore. And it's just such an amazing feeling. It's crazy. I don't know. That video just really resonated with me. And I was like, I always say this. I always say that. I always talk about that. And it's very true. So, with that being said, I know I like to rant and tell my stories and all this stuff. But with that being said, you guys, give it all to God. Put it all on his altar. And just know when you figure out your why, you allow him to tell you that. And you really just self-love. I say it all the time, self-love. Gratitude to the Most High, Jesus Christ, God, like everything. Life will be not easy, but clear. You will never be alone. Even when you feel alone, God will be there next to you, holding you up. You will have somebody to go through the trenches with you when those times come. Because every situation is not going to be comfortable. If it was comfortable, you'd never grow. Uncomfortable situations make you grow. But when you trust God, you're not going through those uncomfortable situations alone. And I had to really learn that. I really had to learn that, go through that. Everybody's different comfortabilities are different. Everyone's situations aren't the same. And it's not right for people to try to be like, oh, I went through this. You only went through this. It's not the same. Everyone is different. Everyone's walk with God is different. Everybody's level of sensitivity is different. Everybody's definition of things is different. So stop comparing yourself and your situation to other people. Because I used to do that. I used to feel bad, like, oh, why do I feel like this? You know, people are going through this and that. Don't do that, okay? There's so many things I could talk about that I've grown from and I'm so grateful for. But when I allowed God to come into my heart and he changed me and just let me see the beauty that I have inside, he literally opened up my own personality. I have my own personality, of course. Being able to showcase it, talk about it open online when that was so hard for me, it's so amazing. It really is. Like, I feel like I'm talking in circles, but I just want to say, God loves you. I love you. And God's going to give you that identity. It's already in there, but he's waiting for you to unleash it. And he's going to move you to somewhere that's a little bit uncomfortable for you to grow. Because it's time for you to grow. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to get out of this little bubble that you're in and move on to bigger things. So, that's it. That's literally it. I love you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.